Hello everyone, good morning, good evening, or good afternoon. We are the Group 2 and today we're going to showcase our visitor management plan of Miag-Ao Church, Iloilo. So the members are Gilbert Agapito, Elismel de Alonso, John Christian Antonio, yours truly, J. Daryl Baldado, Maria Celestine Sindanum, and now let's proceed.
Hello everyone, we are the Group 2 and we are here to present the Visitor Management Plan or BMP for Miag-Ao Church, Iloilo. The Santo Tomas de Villanueva Parish, also known as Miag-Ao Church, welcomes visitors with open arms. This historic church is a beautiful and serene place, perfect for prayer, reflection, and appreciating its architectural wonder. To ensure a pleasant experience for everyone, we have put together some guidelines for visitors. We'll cover things like appropriate attire, respectful behavior, and items you can bring inside. At first, the business hours. Weekday and weekend hours. Most churches in the Philippines are open throughout the day for prayer and contemplation. It's like the Miag-Ao Church follows it. Mass schedules might be a good indicator of general open hours, though not necessarily public access. So, in general naman sa mga simbahan, open arms talaga sa pagtanggap sa mga tao, diba? Kahit sino man sa atin, lalo na sa mga simbahan. And sa Miag-Ao Church, punong-puno ito ng kasaysayan at pagpapahalaga nito sa culture kasi sumusunod siya sa tradition na nakasanayan ito. Next, closed hours. While some churches have designated closing times, particularly in the evening, many remain open for individual prayer. There's a chance Miag-Ao Church might have limited hours late at night, but again, confirmation is needed. So, sa schedule naman ng mass ng church ay very common lang din kagaya sa mga simbahan na lagi nating napupuntahan every Sunday. Ang schedule naman sa Miag-Ao Church, everyday may mass dito. Every weekend naman na schedule nito ay may 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. mass. And every Wednesday may schedule din ito na 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. They even provide Facebook Live every Sunday on specific time. Next, information availability. Since Miag-Ao Church is a historical site and tourist destination, it's likely the open hours are posted at the entrance. Unfortunately, many church websites in the Philippines might not have dedicated sections for visitor information. Kaya, open naman ang simbahan na ito lalo na kapag may liwanag pa. So, kagaya din ng ibang simbahan, nagsasara din ito lalo na sa gabi o kaya limited yung mga tao na pwedeng makapasok. Next, we have entry requirements. After business hours, we have entry requirements. In age or height limit, in general, churches in the Philippines are open to all ages and there likely wouldn't be a height restriction, which is true naman dahil sa simbahan, lahat naman ay welcome. Walang pinipiling tao, walang pinipiling edad, walang pinipiling height. So, kung gusto mo magdasal or magsimba, feel free to go. And yung mga people not allowed, there might be restrictions for people exhibiting disruptive behavior or posing a safety risk. This would be at the discretion of the church security personnel. So, yung mga suspicious na tao, hindi talaga pwede sa loob ng simbahan. They might cause a trouble or danger, lalo na sa mga nagsisimba or nagdadsal. Entrance fee. Many churches in the Philippines have a donation box instead of an entrance fee. So, pag sa donation sa simbahan, bukal sa loob yung binibigay mo. Kahit gaano man yan kalaki or kaliit, it already means a lot para sa simbahan at saka sa parish. Discounts. Senior citizens and students might be eligible for discounts on any fees, but this is not guaranteed. So, understandable din naman kasi lalo na kung senior citizen and estudyante ka pa. So, kung ano lang talagang pwede mong ibigay sa simbahan. An identification, an ID generally isn't required to enter the church itself. Wala pa naman, so far, wala pa naman tayong naka-encounter na kailangan ng ID bago makapasok sa ibang church, 'di ba? So, dito sa Miagao, hindi talaga ito kailangan. Next, we have allowed or forbidden items. Sharp objects might not be allowed inside the church for security reasons. There likely isn't a cloakroom to store these items. Kaya so dapat yung mga bagay na dinadala nyo sa loob ng simbahan, hindi dapat nakakatakot or maaring and possible na makakasakit sa iba. Bag searches aren't uncommon in some churches, especially during religious events. Privacy na rin kasi ng mga tao yun sa bag search. So, sa mga religious places, hindi na rin talaga to kailangan. Lalo na pati sa Miagao. Dress code. Pinaka-importante. There's typically no formal dress code for church attendees, but respectful clothing that covers shoulders and knees is recommended. Sa experience ko, karamihan sa mga simbahan na napuntahan ko, may dress code talaga. Pero yung mga malalaking churches, hindi talaga siya kailangan. Pero kahit walang dress code, kailangan pa rin natin magsuot ng proper and decent attire. So, after entry requirements, we have capacity. And the first is ideal number of visitors. It's difficult to pinpoint an ideal number without official data on the church's side and designated pathways. However, consider factors like comfortable movement within the church and avoiding overcrowding around religious artifacts. So, common na sa ating mga, especially sa mga Christians, dito sa church na kahit overcrowded na yung place, we actually don't mind as long as nakakapag-participate tayo sa simbahan or sa mass. Second, queuing and batching system. Signage suggests incorporating signage outside, requesting visitors to wait patiently if the church appears crowded. Usod kasi dito yung mga signage na kung saan yung mga next na dapat gawin. Tapos minsan talagang hindi na kaya sa loob, nire-request na lang yung iba na lumabas. Head count, assign a staff member near the entrance to use a clicker or manual tally to monitor incoming visitors. So, minsan, kapag talagang hindi kaya na i-welcome lahat, yung sobrang talagang hindi nakasya sa loob, talagang may mga staff na mag-guide para i-monitor or mag-guide. Third, turning away visitors. Courtesy. Politely inform visitors about reaching the maximum capacity and suggest they return at a less crowded time, which is true. So, masyado kasing magulo minsan kapag masyado madaming tao. Kaya, mas mainam na i-suggest na lang sa iba na bumalik kapag may free time. Alternatives, provide brochures or information on nearby tourist spots visitors can explore while waiting. So, dahil isang heritage site ang Miagao Church ng Iloilo, possible na may prepared na brochures or information ito. Do's and don'ts. Do's. maintain silence, dress respectfully, turn off phones, and avoid using flash photography near religious artifacts. And don't eat or drink inside the church, touch religious artifacts or litter. And as a Christian, dapat alam mo na to. Hindi na to dapat sinasabi or nire-remind pa. Because bilang isang Christian, alam mo na dapat yung tama at mali inside the church. So, alam mo na rin kung ano yung iaak, yung gagawin, yung mga sasabihin. 5. Communicating carrying capacity, signage. If you determine a safe maximum capacity, consider posting a sign near the entrance. So, ito yon, 'di ba, pag nakapag-suggest na kayo na bumalik, and umunti na yung mga tao, hindi na siya overcrowded, pwede na maglagay ng signage na pwede na ulit silang pumasok since onti na lang. And website, if the church has a website, listing the maximum capacity there would be helpful. That's all for business hours, entry requirements, and capacity. May I call the next presenter to continue our presentation about BNP for Niagao Church, Iloilo.
So for the tour route, through the front door, the road is like same like the other churches using the front door, but there's some other ways on the side of the church. So next is no entrance fee. Yes, Miagao Church has no entrance fee. It has no entrance fee like every church that we all know. But even though there's no entrance fee, it's literally a heritage site. But if despite being a heritage site, it's free. It's free. The entrance is free. Yeah. Next is follow the tour guide. So yeah, the tourists can now move by walking. Yeah, they can move by walking inside the church or outside of it, and in the sanctuary of the church or inside of it, like the altar, the tabernacle, the tableau, and shrines on both sides. As long as the tour guides tell you what the way. So next is there's a break during the tour. Yes, there's a break during the tour. You can use restrooms and meal break. That and they can just say we can now continue to do the tour, which is pretty much 5 to 10 minutes of break. Depends on if it's restroom or a meal break. Next is transport service unit. Yes, they have a transport service unit. It's called Safe Ride Car Rental. They offer car rental services in the vicinity of the church, and they provide hassle-free experience and a suitable transportation option for tourists. Then next is the tour guide. So the tour guide, they have the decision to modify the routes. Depends on how many the tourists as it gets to make the experience smoother. They have the call to change if they want to do. The next is yes, the tour guide can actually halt the tour. Depends if there's gonna be an accident or emergency. Special visitor services. So we have the photography and videography. Yes, we can actually take a photo or photography is allowed inside the church. It's just there's rules that we need to ask permissions. We need to be respectful because we're inside the ceremony. If there's a ceremonial event that's happening, we need to be respectful and ask permission if we can take a photo. And yes, we can actually take a photo of it or make a video about it. So yeah, yes, souvenir is okay to take and purchase it, but about the price, depends on the price and the discount. Depends on the situation, like students, senior citizens, and stuff like that. Are they gonna have a discount? We don't know. Yes, it is obliged to take or purchase a souvenir because this is a heritage site, and pretty sure it's gonna be a long time for you to go back here and visit. So it's obliged to actually um, purchase it for remembrance purposes and also souvenir purposes. So yeah, And next is babysitting. Yes, childrens and babies are allowed inside the church, and they can act. They are allowed to change diapers and and mothers do breastfeeding in the restroom. Just not inside just not inside the church though, because it looks disrespectful. Because it's obvious. So now, next reporter.
Hello everyone, my name is Elise Melody Alonso and I'm going to share for more information about Magyar Church. In concert or information desk, the information desk is located at the tourism office of Magyar Town, Iloilo. It is easily accessible and visible on Orbe Street. And they can also accommodate tourists and visitors. And they are always available with information and inquiries. In storage facilities, unfortunately, there are no storage facilities in Magyar Church. However, you can consider storing your bags at your preferred accommodation. It can be Casa Nena Hotel and Resort Iloilo and Shamrock Beach Resort Iloilo. And in lounges, there are resting areas within the vicinity of Magyar Church. And also Magyar Church has spacious grounds with benches and shaded areas for visitors to sit. And they also provided with nearby cafes and restaurants in the heritage site and provided seating areas for visitors to rest, have snacks, and enjoy. The resting areas are regularly cleaned to ensure the cleanliness and hygiene for visitors and tourists.
Next is the emergency response plan. Development and implementation of an emergency response plan outlining procedures for incidents such as fires, medical emergencies, or security threats. Next is the surveillance, installation of security cameras or employing security personnel to monitor the premises and deter potential threats. Next is the visitor safety. It measures to ensure the safety of visitors, such as clear signage, designated eating areas, and supervisions of children to prevent accidents. Next is the communication channels. Establishment of communication channels for reporting safety concerns or emergencies and providing clear instruction for staff and visitors on what to do in such situations. And by implementing these protocols, the meal facilities at Miag-Ao Church can maintain a safe and secure environment for everyone. Next is the food hygiene standards. Strict adherence to local health regulations regarding food preparation, handling, and serving. Next is cleanliness. Regular cleaning schedules for kitchen areas, dining spaces, and equipment. Next is food storage and handling. Food storage and handling. Proper storage of food items at correct temperatures to prevent contamination and safe handling practices to minimize the risk of foodborne illness. Next, inspections. Regular inspections by health authorities or designated personnel to ensure compliance with safety standards. Next is the staff training. Comprehensive training for kitchen staff on food safety practices, hygiene, and emergency procedures.
So for the merchandise outlets, this pertains to the items sold to tourists as souvenirs, gifts, or pasalubong. Ito yung mga ating binibigay sa ating mga mahal sa buhay kapag galing tayong bakasyonan. No? Ito ang mga katanungan. No? Where can tourists buy souvenirs, gifts as pasalubong items? Shops around Miao Church offer a range of souvenirs including local crafts, keychains, delicacies like native sweets and snacks. Next is, what are the store shop hours? Shop hours can vary but they generally open around 9 a.m. at nagsasara sila around 6 p.m. Pero may exceptions which is kapag kunyari Summer, yan ang kung saan peak ang mga tourist na maraming dinadagsa sila. Next is the shop adequately stocked with merchandise for sale? The shops typically have good supply of merchandise, but availability may vary depending on demand and seasonality. Depende pa rin to sa demand ng mga tourists at sa season. Next is the merchandise for sale displayed in an appealing manner? Merchandise is often creatively displayed, catching the eye of the visitors with colorful arrangement and thematic setup. Siyempre, eye-catching ang mga merchandise na yan pag binebenta nila yan para makapag-hikayat sila ng mga tourists para bumili sa kanilang product. Next is, are all merchandise for sale correctly tagged with their selling prices and expiration dates for consumables? Price tags are usually present on items, and consumable like food products have clear expiration dates to ensure freshness and safety for buyers. Para ito sa mga health, na kunyari, bibili kayo ng item, expire pala. Ang tama niyan is local merchandise dahil sila nagbenta nun. So, importante, may label ang mga product na binebenta nila, especially when it comes to food, kasi dyan magkakontamina yung mga bacteria na pwedeng i-consume ng mga tourists kapag bumili sila doon. So, importante meron siyang label. So, next is, what is the internal control to prevent pilferage and shoplifting? Internal controls to prevent theft may include security cameras, mga CCTV, vigilant staff, ating mga guards dyan, and possibly even electronic tags on high-value items. Siyempre, yung mga kunyari, lumagi sa store, tapos biglang tumunog yung ninakaw mo. Next is the shop promodizer recording and monitoring the movement of inventories and taking into accounts items with high demand. Shop staff usually keep tracking inventory movement, especially for items with high demand, to ensure shelves are stocked appropriately. So, monitorize ang mga bawat product dyan. If, kunyari, mas pinakamabenta to, ito yung mas pinakalalagyan nila ng pansin, kaya para hindi maubusan ng stocks. Next is basic requirements. This refer to the requirements to allow the visitors to leave the premises, which should be as much as possible hassle-free. For the question here is the security personnel at the exit of the heritage site? Security personnel stationed at the exit ensure that visitors leave the premises safely without causing any disturbance. So, pag aalis sila, ini-ensure dito ang kanilang safety sa mga visitors. Next is, what is the security producer at the exit? Exiting procedures are straightforward, typically involving a brief check to ensure visitors have not taken any prohibited items, caused any damage during their visit. So, dito, sa tanong na to, may mga visitors kasi na malilikot ang kamay na if kukuha sila sa isang, kunyari, museum, kukuha sila ng isang item doon na nakawin nila, i-check yun syempre ng security para ma-restore ang natural state ng isang tourist attraction.